I was in Chicago in 1998, and being there, I decided to see if I could find one of those bars where the big-time mafia criminals hung out. Just for the excitement, to tell my friends when I got back home to Revel, you understand. I asked the bellboy at the hotel, and he told me to go to the Bucket of Blood on Main Street. I got a taxi. It was a warm, sultry evening. I got a drink, a sangria and Red Bull, and took a seat near the entrance to the toilets. It wasn't difficult to spot the gangsters. They were all Italian-looking with expensive suits, and they laughed out loud en masse every few minutes. The barman told me that they were members of the Butcher Boys, a gang led by Luigi the Meat Cleaver Rossini. His sobriquet was eponymous. He was known to have personally murdered over 100 rival criminals by chopping them to pieces with the implement. He had not arrived that evening and was possibly out of town on business. I was about to leave when a beautiful, large-bosomed woman in a revealing dress sat next to me and said, "So you're English, huh?" I explained that I was Welsh, and that made her laugh. She said she liked me and asked if I would buy her a drink. I got us both a vodka and mango juice. After several more drinks, she asked me if I'd like to join her in her room. I said yes, and she led me up a flight of stairs to a rather elegant apartment on the 3rd floor. As I said, she was very attractive, a very attractive woman in her early 40s probably, and I, being a Welshman, was not reluctant when she began kissing and fondling me, though in retrospect it was probably sexual harassment. We ended up in a huge bed with silk sheets. She was wild with sexual desire, and I found it exhilarating to say the least. There was a ceiling mirror above the bed, and watching her voluptuous body writhing in ecstasy, she straddled me, was extremely erotic. This would be a tale to tell the boys when I returned to Revel. About 10 minutes into this wild lovemaking, the door to the bedroom was kicked open, and a man about my age in a sharp suit stood there in silhouette with a meat cleaver in his right hand. The woman, whose name I had discovered was Gina, leapt out of the bed. "Luigi," she said, almost in tears and shaking with fear, "I thought you were out of town on business." Luigi said, "Well, I'm home." Gina began collecting her underwear from the floor, where she had flung it in a rush to engage in sexual congress, and said, "This is my husband, Luigi." I was, I might add, embarrassingly still in a state of sexual arousal. Luigi told her to shut up and get out of the room, and that he would deal with her later. She left almost immediately. Luigi shut the door behind her and locked it with a key. I stood up out of bed and began to tell him that I had no idea the woman was married, and I was sorry to have made love to her. I said I would never have pursued that course of action if I'd even suspected such a thing. He listened, then began walking slowly towards me, sharpening the blade of the meat cleaver on a carborundum stone held in the other hand. He had a twisted smile on his scarred face. He said, "You're not the first, but I have my honour. Honour means everything to we Italians." For some unknown reason, my state of arousal became even more prominent as he got closer. I looked from the window. The stars had come out. I told him that I was a professional actor, and he let me go.
Oh, here's a call. Hello, who is this?
Yes, Boyd, Clive.
Hi, Clive.
Hi, Boyd. Look, I want to ask you something, a straightforward question here, Boyd.
Okay, mate, okay.
Do you take drugs, Boyd?
No, mate, no, I don't. I don't take drugs at all. I don't even drink alcohol. I have in my life. I've been in rock bands and that. I've had the occasional little toke of something here and there over the years, but not for many, many years now.
Oh, that's fair enough. Nothing like that then?
No, mate.
Oh, what about sex? You have sex?
Well, you know, I'm getting on now, but, and I'm not exactly an attractive man, I must say. I suppose you could say the spirit's willing, but the body's weak.
Ah, me neither, Boyd. I've had sex in years. I haven't either.
Oh, well, there you go. Does it worry you?
Well, not that much, Boyd, because basically I'm not a very good-looking man either, and the only women who'd have sex with me are dog-rat-like, and who wants to have sex with a woman who's dog-rat, isn't it?
Well, I see your point there, mate. I suppose it's a case of something like having a particular taste for eating puffin, spined fish soup. There's not a lot of it about, is there? You can't get your hands on it.
No, Boyd, I understand what you're saying completely there, mate. It's gone in it. Our childhood, our youth have gone now, and we've lost that desire, haven't we?
Yes, we have, mate. It's gone. It's zippo.
Why? Yeah, well, life's not that cop anyway, really, is it? And I can't see having sex would make it that much better, to be honest. It's a fleeting thing, really, boy, isn't it?
Well, I used to like it years ago, mate. It gave me some sort of happiness at one point for many years, I must be honest, until probably into my about 50, that sort of age, maybe 55. But, the old functioning isn't there anymore, if you know what I mean. But
Aye, I do know what you mean, Lloyd. I absolutely know what you mean. It's a shame, isn't it?
yeah, it is.
Well, there you go, then. Take care, Lloyd.
Take care, mate. He's a nice guy.
And now Radio 666 presents this week's radio play in our new writing season, The Sheep Whisperer by Bethan Cyborg. The ewe with the black patch is behaving funny. Why? Running into the old kale shed wall with her head all the time. That'll be the rays from them electric pylons. No, I think it's psychological. She hadn't been the same since David ran over her lamb with the tractor. What'll we do, Geraint? I don't know. We could put a scrum cap on it, I suppose. Hey, what about the sheep whisperer? He's not real, is he? Oh, yes! Mrs. Harris' nasty dog showed me in Farmer's Monthly. He's mystically linked, it said. Oh, aye. Hello? Is that Robert Redsheep? I read about you in Farmer's Monthly. No. Well, I don't know nothing about that. Aye. The thing is, I got a ewe. A black patch she got. Aye. She been acting funny. I'll pay. I'm prepared to pay, if you could come. Black Sheep Farm. You can stay in my daughter's room. She won't mind. Right. Hello? I'm Red Sheep. That's her. Which one? The one running headlong into the gate. Well? Shh. Can you do anything? It'll take time. The sheep is traumatized. It has lost its desire to live. Do what you can, look. I'll pay you in root crops. I'll try, but I can't guarantee anything. How long will it take? That's up to the sheep. Listen, I know it's hard to talk about, but if I am to help, really help, I need to know exactly what happened. Oh, well, take your time. Aye, well, it had been raining and David was up in the top pasture with the tractor and the sheep were standing about eating grass and that. And the wheel got caught in a divot, an old drainage ditch, and it flipped over. He didn't see the lamb till the last moment. Its little head got cut off by the fan belt, and it got stuck on the big wheel, the free wheel, and it just sort of spun round. And the ewe just stood there, staring, watching. I see. Well, that makes sense. Where is David now? Oh, David was killed in the accident. I see. Thank you. Thanks a lot. This David, were him and the ewe close? He was about 5 yards away. No, I mean, you know. Oh, I don't know about that. He was a silent man, secretive, paranoid. He lived on his own in an old tin bath. It was David she was pining for, not the lamb. So, what did you do? I told her there were other men like David. David's brother Iestyn, for one. Yes, and gradually
I soothed her shattered heart. Brilliant, excellent. Aye, well, it's a gift, you see. A curse, some would say. Right enough. I don't know how I'll ever thank you. I don't need thanks. I'll send you a leg. Aye, right. You can contact me through the Welsh Farmers Union in Wilth Wells. Right. So long. Aye. So long. He's a good man, that Robert Red Sheep, the sheep whisperer.
I'll point out that I love animals. I love all animals. I adore animals. They're my brothers and sisters. I'm a vegetarian. I think that the mass murder of animals for us to eat is an abomination. I've got lots of animal friends, and they're beautiful, they're innocent, they have souls. I think it's an awful thing, a terrible thing. This is called Song of the Mother Vixen. Oh, my dear, autumn is dying. Autumn is dying and winter is here. And the leaves on the trees are all dead and dying. And the wind through the valley is chilled with my fear. For who shall come feed us? Who'll give us shelter when the snow's on the ground and the flowers are dead? Who will we turn to in the blackness of night time when the cold wind is blowing and we don't have a bed? We'll have to huddle together in bracken, hide from the rain in the old ruined barn. I am afraid that bad things will happen to me and my babies, and they'll come to harm. Pray to the white sky, pray to the river. Take us and hold us in your kindly embrace. Have pity on a mother and help her deliver her little children from this barren place. For who shall come feed us? Who'll give us shelter when the snow's on the ground and the flowers are dead? Who will we turn to in the blackness of night time when the ice wind is blowing and we don't have a bed?
You know that Beckhams named their son Brooklyn because it's where he was conceived? Well, I'd like to introduce you to my daughter, Shithouse in the Red Lion. Come here, love.
Don't go away! Don't go... Help me!
Now we have Malcolm. Malcolm is from Beaver. Hello, Malcolm.
Boy, I want to tell you now, I've been having this dream, right? A recurring dream. I've been having it night after night after night. And I was wondering if anybody, you or someone else, can tell me what the dream is about. I'll tell you what happens in the dream. Now, I'm running, right? I'm running up this, through these country lanes, sort of like Pantabrad, that sort of area. You know Pantabrad, it's by Tonrevel in the butt. It's kind of between Tonrevel and there. I'm running up there. It's a sunny day, like a sunny afternoon in it. Oh, to get in the water evening, and I'm running. And I'm really frightened because somebody's following me, right? And is chasing after me. He wants to catch up. He wants to get me. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I don't know what it is. So I run and run and run and run, but I can sense it getting closer, even though I can't see it, like, because it's in bends and that, you know. And so after a bit now, a long time running, I'm getting frightened, and I turn and I can see it. I can see it just coming round like a distant bend sort of thing. And I am watching now, and I can't help but turn around and look, you know. And it comes on the bend. It's a bloody sausage, boy. It's a big sausage, but it must be about 8 foot tall, this sausage. And it's got arms and it's got legs, long, thin arms, long, thin legs, and little boots on the end of the legs, like on the shoes, right? And in the hands, on the end of the arm, it's got a knife and fork, a big silver knife and fork. And it's got a face, this ridiculous face looking at me. And as I'm looking back, I'm thinking to myself, my God, that's a sausage. It starts catching up because I slow it down, thinking, looking, right? And I start running faster and faster. I'm really, really frightened now, because I think, my God, it's a bloody sausage, following me. And a saveloy, I think you'd call it, boy. I think that's the technical name for one. And anyway, I keep running, and as I keep turning around, looking back, and it's getting closer and closer. It's this saveloy, this animated sort of, like a cartoon it is, really, boy, like this cartoon saveloy. But I know that it wants me for some reason. It wants to do something. I suppose it wants to eat me. It's like it's revenge, the revenge of the saveloy, isn't it? Because I don't mind that sausage, nice up now and again. I love eating sausage. And anyway, it keeps coming and coming after me. In the end, it's only about 5 yards behind me. And I'm running and running. I can see his face close up and dive, and big staring eyes to the thing, and his mouth, and his tongue sort of looking out of his mouth to the thing, and it's smiling, and so thinking to itself, I'll have him now, And I keep running, and then I sort of, to try to escape, I jump through the hedge, right? I leap through the hedge, like I'm in the middle of the Ponty. I'm in the middle of the Ponty all of a sudden, like that, and this big sausage is gone. It's not there no more. And it's just me standing exhausted in the middle of the Ponty. So, what the hell do you think that dream is about, then, boy? Have you got any idea at all? Can you tell me what you think a dream like that is about? Or anybody else listening in? Can anybody tell me? Because I'm telling you, I'm getting bloody sick of it. It's night after night after night. I wake up, the pillow is soaked in sweat. It is, boy. What's it going on with that? I can't understand it. Have you got any idea, boy?
I can't say that I really understand it. I suppose the obvious thing, of course, is that the sausage is a phallic symbol.
That's right, is it? That's what it is. It's a phallic symbol.
Yes.
What does that mean, boy?
Well, it means it represents the phallus, a penis.
A penis, you reckon?
Yes.
So you reckon then that I'm dreaming there's a penis chasing me with a fork? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily put it that way.
How would you put it then, boy? How would you express it then?
I think what you'd need here would be a Freudian psychologist, a Freudian analyst who could actually give you more detailed answer than I could give you, a more informed answer, because what I say might be well wide of the mark.
Well wide of the mark, eh? So who do I ask next then? Does it matter who I ask? Can I ask anyone, is it?
Well, as long as they're a Freudian analyst, yes, and see what they have to say, mate. I know, are you on the Facebook or the internet or anything?
No. Bugger that. No, it's nothing to do with nothing like that at all, boy. Nothing to do with nothing like that at all, I'm not.
Well, I can't really answer you. Maybe you could mention it to your doctor next time you go and see the doctor, and he could sort of maybe put you in touch with someone who could analyse and look into what this recurring nightmare means, mate.
All right, then, boy, I'll do that. I will absolutely do that. And thank you very much for the advice, boy. But I like your show, boy. It's very informative. Very, very informative. Informative it is.
Thank you, mate. Freudian dream there. Chased by a big sausage, eh? Well, there you go. Stranger things have happened. No, they haven't, come to think of it. No, they haven't. Nothing strange has ever actually happened, has it?
Prometheus gave the gift of fire to mortals, defying his father Zeus's instructions. Zeus was so angered by this that he condemned Prometheus to be chained to a large rock in Hades, where a huge bird would come every day and peck out his liver. The liver would grow again each night, ready to be pecked away again the following day. Thus he lived in predictable agony and permanent fear. Any married man here will recognise the template. I looked at my ex-wife's website, I'llRuinTheBastard'sLife.com, earlier today. She's telling people that I was totally inept in bed, and after attempting intercourse, I'd crouch in the corner of the room crying for up to an hour, then strut about the house like a turkey crowing at the top of my voice.
And there's some lies in there too. I remember once I asked her if she had an orgasm during intercourse, if she'd ever had one, and she told me it was none of my business. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we have Gethin Rhys, a.k.a. Marvello The Marvellous, mind reader, medium, and magician. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I am contacting the spirits of the dead to see if there's any messages for anyone here in the audience tonight. Right, now let me see. I sent someone here now. Does anyone in the audience know someone by the name of John? Anyone? John, anyone? John? He says his name is John. No? All right then. Anyone in the audience tonight know someone by the name of William? Bill? They can even say Bill. Anyone know someone called Bill? Well, no one. Right, all right then. Does anyone in the audience know someone by the name of Tom? You, madam, you know a Tom. What did you say? He's your husband. Oh, right. He's sitting next to you. You don't get the idea of this at all, do you, love? No, this is a seance, it is, love. Right, now, anybody else now? I'm going to ask somebody else now. Does anybody here in the audience know anyone by the name of... And I'm talking here about people who are dead, no longer with us, right? And when I say no longer with us, I mean dead, not on holiday in Prestatyn or something like that, right? Now, does anyone here know someone by the name of Royston? You do, madam. Now, who is Royston? Your husband. And he is dead, is he? He's gone, right, when he's here. And he got a message for you, love. Yes. Now, I'll pass the message from Royston on. Royston, what do you want to tell your wife? Right. Okay. Look, Royston's saying that there is £14,000 and it's in notes and it's in an old bag and it's in the house somewhere and it's hidden in the he's gone. Royston is gone. Well, anyway, love, there's £14,000 in your house somewhere, isn't it? Right, no problem. Anyone else?
Went to a wedding that was in Reading. I bought the bride and groom some bedding. They did my head in. It was a black wedding cake. Yeah. Black wedding cake. Black wedding cake. Black wedding cake. I set a fire to my hair. Then I stood up on a chair. I was suddenly aware I was the maddest person there. It was a black wedding cake. Black wedding cake. Black wedding cake. Black wedding cake. I assume they must have used some sort of coloring agent to make the cake black. All I can say is they must use a fuck of a lot to make it as black as that. I went to the recce. I met a woman named Betty. Her conversation was so petty. I killed her with a machete. It was a black wedding cake. Black wedding cake. Black wedding cake. Black wedding cake. That's it. Went to a wedding. It was in Reading. I bought the bride and groom some bedding.